Welcome to where everyone solves on the MGC3 II, an upcoming magnetic 3x3 by YJ. This is an upgrade to the MGC3 released earlier this May. The V2 is actually pretty different from its predecessor. It's naturally quicker with a crispier feel. It's also 8 grams lighter and comes in stickerless, making it accessible to more people. The price also went up a little, but not by much. We took some time to set up and break in the cube to make sure it was in a good state to give our first impressions. Let's see what everyone thought.
Hey everyone, Damien here. I was actually really excited for this cube because the original MGC was a decent budget magnetic option. This version, however, is slightly more disappointing. The puzzle is extremely crunchy and locky to the point where it affects my solves. The overwhelmingly positive reviews I've seen online make me think that we possibly got a flawed version, but I honestly doubt that. I am interested to see the different spring options though, and it is possible that they will somewhat fix the problem. But if there isn't much of a change with the different springs, there are honestly some non-magnetic options I would rather use than this puzzle.
Hey, this is Phil. It's quite impressive that YJ is making a new cube within 6 months of its most recent release. However, I feel like this cube was really rushed. In my opinion, it lacks a few fundamental things that I expect from a nice speed cube, stability being the biggest issue. The cube is flimsy and catchy, and I rarely get any good continuity when I solve. My times are also appreciably worse. This could be because of the design generally and its relatively weak magnet strength. The magnets don't help retain the cube's shape at all, so corner cutting can be very jarring and uncomfortable. The reason I feel the cube was rushed is, I think if this iteration was shown to any fast, experienced cuber, they would have easily pointed out the stability and catching issues and cited them as critical problems. Is the cube good for $18? Maybe. Close to a yes, but not a very convincing one. The V1 was at least decent for $15. Will extremely competitive speed cubers switch to it? I highly doubt it. The V1 had very little impact on competitive cubing. If you do get this cube, you may have to make some adjustments to your turning style to compensate for its lack of stability. Besides the price, I cannot find any useful qualities that compensate for the shortcomings.
Hey, this is Jules. I had some really high expectations for the MGC2 since the original MGC had me taken aback, but all those expectations fell apart quickly. This cube has a little too much flex, and even on tire tensions, it feels a little too unstable, giving it an overall discomfort when it comes to turning it aggressively. I found that the M slices were difficult on this cube, not because of a lack of smoothness, but rather just the general uncomfortable feeling when turning. I found myself locking up really easily, but even if you can turn this accurately, it just doesn't feel up to par with other cubes within the same price range. Hopefully, someone out there will find a way to make this good.
Hey everyone, this is Ro. Personally, I'm very disappointed with the MGC3 V2. I was not a fan of the first MGC, it was too slow and sturdy, and I was hoping for some improvements in this version. Instead, the MGC3 V2 feels fast and locky, almost an extreme opposite of the first version, with possibly even worse results. I don't know, I'm sure other people may like this cube, and it's still a decent budget magnetic cube, but it's most definitely not for me.
This cube is literal garbage.
Unfortunately, this cube did not really meet our expectations. Keep in mind that the cube comes with 2 other spring sets with different elasticity, and that changing the springs may affect performance. We weren't given these to test, and so our opinion is solely based on the middle elasticity springs. We actually received 2 copies of the cube, and the performance between them was largely similar, so the likelihood that we received flawed copies is pretty low. This would also be extremely uncharacteristic of an experienced cube manufacturer like YJ. Usually samples are sent out to impress people. Now, keep in mind it's never comfortable to leave a bad review. Cube retailers generally don't have an interest in leaving negative reviews because they harm sales. That being said, as experienced speed cubers, we feel it's our responsibility to provide honest opinions. Ultimately, whether you like a cube or not is your personal choice, so definitely try the cube out if you're interested. Once you do, you're welcome to share your opinion here or anywhere else. Thanks for watching.